Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and if I'd like to take a moment just sit right there, I'll tell you how I became the first prince of a town called the Darkness. The darkness, the darkness, and the darkness, the darkness, 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 darkness. How the fuck do you fuck up a sequel to The Darkness? Everything is right there in front of you. Improve the gameplay? Maybe make Jackie move faster, expand on powers. Hell, maybe fix up the open world and clean up the graphics. Bada bing, bada boom, you've got yourself a decent sequel. Now, some companies like to try and reinvent the formula, and sometimes it works. But it creates a disjointed feeling in the gameplay for the audience, but sometimes it's an improvement that people enjoy. In 2012, 5 years after the original, 2K Games gave us The Darkness 2. Promises to be better in every way, including going with cell shading to maintain a comic book look. So if a sequel is so fucking easy to do, why the fuck do I sound like you already know where this is going?
Touching you, touching me, touching you, got you touching me. I believe in a thing called love, just as turn of my heart.
Because it's 4 fucking hours, that's why. Scouring levels and dicking around in Jackie's penthouse and in the Darkness land netted me about 5.5 hours of footage, meaning if you don't sit there scouring for everything there is to see and do, chances are the game is only going to last you 4 fucking hours. The math actually balances out to 3.5 for me, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt, seeing as how I've completed this game multiple times before. But maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's start from the beginning. Hey boss, you got that date with the twins from the volleyball team. They're already waiting. Hot damn. Evening, ladies.
Ooh, Jackie, you're so sexy. I want to do a bunch of blow and then have you jam your cock into my face.
What? So we start off with just another day in the life of Jackie Estacado. Editor's note, Jackie has spent the last couple of years suppressing the darkness. You don't find this out until a little later, and it's a complete non-story point since he wastes no time just letting it out to save his own ass from a cripple. Way to go, Jackie. Your gang is getting its ass kicked by Jimmy. So we waste no time re-darknessifying, and as soon as we do, Jenny shows up. So we've just skipped several years ahead, completely ignored everything that's gone on, and are just pretending like Jackie never moved on? Look, as a fan, I know Jenny played a big part in Jackie's life, but years and years of de-darknessing and he still never gets over it? Yeah, early on you can guess what the story is. The darkness is fucking with Jackie while some new unknown force comes to fuck with him too. So we find out who is messing with us, get a tweaker to help us learn about the darkness, and go on an adventure of butt-fuckery that lasts nowhere as long as it should. The darkness has returned to fucking with Jackie, so when he dies, he's sent to an asylum where the darkness is trying to convince Jackie that he's crazy, so as to maintain control over him. The aesthetic is nice and there are some fun things to play with, but it just feels incredibly trite for a game that came out in 2012. The story is flat out crap. Jackie is still upset and hallucinating about Jenny, everyone apparently lives in his penthouse, some crazy cult is looking to steal the darkness and take over the world, Jenny is dead, roll credits, post-credits scene of Jenny turning into the Angelus, massive cliffhanger, New Game Plus is available now. They broadcast this game super hard. Jackie is looking to free Jenny's soul from the darkness, Johnny Powell keeps talking about the Angelus and how the tool being used by the cult was forged by it. The only reason they don't telegraph a cliffhanger is because the game was so short that I was expecting what was the cliffhanger to lead into the second half of the game. But it fucking doesn't, and I'm just sitting here blue-balled to hell and back. The story sucks, but what about everything else? Starting with the aesthetic, they went with a more comic book look, and for the most part it works. There are parts with Johnny that don't look right, and the loading screen scenes of Jackie telling moronic stories look like Play-Doh. They hit some real hiccups in their design, and took absolutely zero care to polish it. Speaking of cartoony looks, they fucked up the darkness hardcore. Swapping out Jackie's voice actor was okay, but they took a performance that was disturbing and frightening and made it simply cartoonish.
The siphon for Jenny.
Yeah, they made the darkness a Saturday morning caricature of black metal. It sucks, it's annoying, and I don't want to play no more. The gameplay is somewhat improved. Now, instead of specific powers, you have a button for grabbing and hurling objects and performing executions, and another button for whipping motherfuckers in half. Gunplay is improved, but not of much note. It doesn't really try anything new aside from allowing you to unlock an active pump action for shotguns. You build up essence, which is used to fill out an upgrade tree that grants you powers, and it fucking sucks. The first thing you go for is ammo executions. The second, darkness armor. Then, what the fuck ever you want because this game is easy as balls. Seriously, half the powers are so fucking vague in how they work that they're worthless. Caustic black hole makes black holes stronger. Does it? I broke the bank unlocking black holes, but by the time I made enough to upgrade it, I still hadn't come across a single one. So no, I have no fucking clue if it makes them stronger. Gun channeling and summoning bees don't last long enough to be worthwhile, and there's no reason to get the other executions as ammo and health are all you're going to use anyway. Get armor, black hole, and weapon mods. Congrats, you've just finished the game. No, seriously, the game is so short that you'll have completed it before you even get into the meat of any of the skills. They aren't worth a fuck anyway, and this game has no concept of difficulty. You get a good feeling of being a powerful darkness wielder, but it wears off so quickly as with no ramp up, it just becomes tedious to play. It's got 2 endings you can get, but the payoff for the alternate ending is just lame. The Angelus tease is fantastically fun, but it just comes far too early. The game really needed to be longer. The story sucks. It earns its cliffhanger, but it doesn't put in a lot of hours to get there. They change up the combat and truly make you feel powerful, but all they manage to do is bore you. The aesthetic is beautifully done, even with the hiccups, but the darkness just comes off as cartoony. It's pretty fucking shit, and it's 4 fucking hours long. It's not a bad game. It's average. It's painfully fucking average. And such a level of average is bad for the industry. Aspiring to mediocrity is a fucked position to put on people, and I'll be damned if I'm a part of it. I guess I just have a soft spot for cripples, bastards, and broken things. Get out of here. Alright, fuckers, next year makes 5 years since release. I'm expecting a finale, and I'm expecting some fucking effort this time. Don't fuck it up. I'm the Necroswanson, and you can go fuck yourselves. Today's episode is brought to you by coconut water. No specific brand, just regular ass coconut water. Cures what ails you, quiets the demons inside your soul, harvests spiders from your heart, plants snakes in your eyes, demands that you slaughter the virgin, commands you to run screaming into the streets and murder everyone you see. But it doesn't taste like battery acid. Would I lie to you?
Rushing toward time and space. Elder Lord